checking. It says we're live. It says we're live. It is officially live time for our Thursday's Cosmic Conversations. I am Stacy Harder with my mom, Dr. Heather Harder, and we are here on Zoom. If you'd like to join us in Zoom, you are more than welcome to. Our Zoom is 428-733-218. And welcome. Mom is with us in a minute. We're starting without her. But I just wanted to start with saying you are not alone. If this is your first time with us, welcome. We do this every Thursday at 6 p.m. We got a little delay today, but that's sort of kind of normal. We're a few minutes late. But welcome. This is a place you can come together. If you have any questions, you can ask questions. Today's going to be probably a little bit shorter than our normals. We do usually go for a couple hours. Hello, Kiyosha. And this amazing queen we met today at our smoothie store. And again, this is a place where you can come, ask questions. If Trina's out there, happy birthday to Trina. And more people that are usually on. Okay, so we always like to start with asking for truth, protection, protection, guidance, and to know truth. I'm so used to giving this to Mom that I'm used to doing my other stuff without having to think. And now I have to think. So this is like a new role for me. Hello. All right. So everything you do, if you can ask for protection, guidance, and to know truth, it is one of the fundamentals that really can open the doors for us. Intention is everything. And so when we get on here, we usually start with a guided visualization about setting love into... Hang on. I know. I don't know how to answer this. Oh, I'm live. Okay. I am live. You want to say hi to everybody?
Of course I do. Hold on.
So there's our live. It's Instagram. Hi.
God bless.
Can I call you back?
Okay.
All right.
Joy.
Bless. Love you.
You are amazing, Stacy Harder. I love you. Oh my God.
Isn't it good to be loved? Oh, baby.
My love. My darling. For your touch. For the longest time. You made me sweat.
Not coming through very good.
All right, I love you.
Okay, baby. Bye-bye.
That was an unexpected little serenade. Okay. I got chills. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start the guided visualization. So if you are in a place where you can get comfortable, we do recommend closing your eyes. You do not have to. There's no rules. It's what you like. As Mom calls it, going to center. If you don't know what that means, it is a place where it could be anywhere. It could be a visual. It could be an empty room. It could be a white room. For me, I like going to a beach. Sometimes I sit on a tree. It's wherever you go to that makes you feel yummy, at home, or at peace. I like to always connect our breath. And with breath, it is literally the prana. The control of breath is the pranayama, and it is literally, in my truth, one of the ways we connect to the divine and through spirit. Breath work is very important, and to take deep breaths in and deep exhales is an incredible way, a simple way to even just grounding yourself. So one of the things I personally like to do when I'm doing that is literally connect from the root chakra as I go straight in and I create a cord to the center of the earth. And as I connect, I have a two-way passage, and that one is going straight into the Mother Earth and that crystalline in the center and coming straight up. And anything I'm ready to let go of, I intentionally let it go. And as it goes down the one-way highway or cord, whatever you see, filters it and brings this pure white. And I see silver and golden sparkles that literally come up into your body from the coming up through the center, and it literally covers your entire body. Ready to take a deep breath and just pull in that beautiful divine energy from Mother Earth. Let her fill every single cell in your body. And then I want you on the next inhale to imagine opening up your head into the divine consciousness. Some people see it as purple, some people see it as white. There is no right or wrong, it's whatever you're guided to feel. I'm going to just see it with this beautiful white light. It connects to the golden goodness of Source and all that is. And part of our gift is to be able to bring in heaven on earth. So as you open that head and that crown chakra, imagine just pulling all the divine energy into your body. And you literally connect heaven to earth through the physical, and you allow Mother Earth through that connection to be able to connect the conscious earth into the source of all that is. And one of the things we love to do is to send love on the planet. And so I want you to imagine sending love to where you're sitting, to the room you're in, to your city, to your state. Now, I see love as red. You can see it as anything you want. Sometimes I see it as just golden energy, white, but just the intention of sending love. And as it fills out into the city, into the state, and to every blade of grass, to every bug, to every creature, to every tree, just imagining this love going around the entire earth. So the entire earth is now surrounded with your love. And it goes deep into the core and up into the air and the atmosphere. As the skin is very important to our body, the atmosphere is also very important to Mother Earth. So we just send love and light. And then we're going to send love and light into the collective consciousness. That is the energy force that all of our thoughts, all of our intentions, all of our lives from past, present, and future exist in this collective consciousness. And the more we learn to trust in the divine plan, the more we learn that we are divine beings, the more we learn to just love and light everything, the more love and light we can put into the divine consciousness. The more fear, the more comparison or judgment or anger we have also impacts. And remember that we have a choice and that everything we do always comes down to your choice. So I'm going to choose love and light inside of me to radiate inside the collective consciousness. There's a lot of things going on in the planet, so let's send love and light to every world leader, to every mayor, to every governor, to every president, to every person that are making decisions for the mass. We send them love and light. And if it's someone that you don't like or makes you angry, let's send them love and light even more. Everyone that upsets us can be an opportunity to look at our shadow, to look at what aspects we're denying about ourselves. And we're here to love every ounce of who you are and know that we're all playing a part of this beautiful divine plan. And now let's send love and light into every food, to every drop of air that we breathe. May it be filled with love. May every step you take be filled with love. At every step, you literally are putting love right into the earth. And now the beautiful gift of what you give out, so too shall you receive. So in this moment, I want you to open up your heart and feel all the love coming, pouring in through you in every cell of your body. Take a deep breath in and really feel that. What does love feel like in your body? And then remember, every exhale, anything you want to let go of, you release with ease and grace. And when you're ready, you're going to be able to come back into your body and yourself. And you can open your eyes when you start to feel connected and ready. Emily and Aisha and Lisa, all these friends. Hello, amazing people. Well, hello. I'll let Heather go now.
I mean, maybe people have questions to you for your experience.
Not yet.
yet.
But if you have a question, feel free to write it in. Mom is usually the one leading at this point, so it's a little bit different today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are there any questions? Period. Josie, you have any questions? You have anything that you want to talk about since you're our main Zoom friend? And anybody on the audience, you're muted, babe.
And
I was feeling the love. So
how does
I,
it feel for all the love?
yes.
Wallowing in the love.
That's what we're here for.
Yep.
So now I just had, just regular talk about how wonderful we all are.
Esme saying she feels tingly, and our my brain, it's Soulful Intimacy in Nova Scotia, and I'm doing my best to see the name. It's Eskra? No. Oh, what is it? I forget. Hang on. Remind me. I haven't said it, and I just led the meditation, so my brain is not in my thinking brain. I've also had a migraine today, so my head's a little processing.
Don't own it.
Actually, I said processing energy, but
Okay. Josie, you're all the star today. Anything that you're perplexed about or
Yay.
working with? You have such a pretty smile. I want you to know that you're really beaming now. When you're smiling, the energy is just like radiating like a sunbeam through you. So congratulations. You're letting
Thank
the
you. I
energy
love-
flow.
Yes, definitely. And I'm feel like normal, like for me, because I'm usually all high, so much energy I don't know what to do with. But now after that tired period and I rested, I just feel like great. Finally.
Well, you
So
seem great and you seem normal. Your mind isn't the racing mode. It's just really calm. So congratulations. And all
yes,
of
now
you
if I
people.
attain it for quite, I'm mastering it.
Yeah, don't doubt it. Just know
Right.
this is your new normal. And so if you doubt it, if you wonder, am I going to lose this? Guess what? You lose it. So don't. As you
Right.
move through this, it just will get better and more calm and more sweet and more serene. It just is that much more glorious. So own it. Yes. You worked
Okay.
hard, to get to this place. Letting go of old stuff is not an easy task. A lot of people never do it. And so you've chosen to move into the divine energy and allow yourself to live in that space. And all the things that weren't divine just fall away. They have no home anymore. And so you really need to congratulate yourself and recognize the intentions you put into making that your reality.
Yes. Thank you.
And in doing that, you inspire others to go, oh, I can do this too. I remember
Right.
how she was, and now she's so divine, and so I can do it too. And that's
Yeah.
the ripple.
Yes. Just show the way. Just be it, show it, live it.
Well, as you move into that energy and just exude that divine love, light energy, people are normally attracted to it and they want a bit of that as well. Just like the moths are attracted to the light. They don't make a decision to go to the light. It's just they're attracted there, and
Yeah.
then they're impacted by the light. And that's what's happening with people around you as well.
I
And
had somebody say to me one time, like to their friend, like, what is up with her? She's just like beaming. And I was like, okay. That was cool.
but we live in a crazy world and in a crazy time of world where it's completely normal to walk up to someone and start complaining about your husband or the weather or your boss,
Oh, yeah.
to whine and cry and, talk about how miserable you are. That's normal. But if you go up there and talk about how wonderful your boss is and how lucky you are to have this lovely job and this great spouse and things, then people look at you like you're crazy. It's like, you shouldn't be happy. And so, yeah, we have to turn that all around, and just
Yeah.
own that everything is divinely perfect. Whatever it is, it's divinely perfect.
Yep. That
And
is no reaction to, like, if it's, somebody comes up at you and says, oh, yeah. You just, God bless your heart.
and as you in every moment you get to choose what I call your good self, your God self, or another aspect of yourself, but you're always just experiencing. And so when you recognize that, oh, this is a choice. Do I want to move into my God self, or do I want to be my bitchy self? And you just decide and
Yeah.
recognize it's all a choice.
Esme asked, do we have a topic for tonight? And it's Gosha from Nova Scotia. And Kiosha, hopefully I said that right, from our smoothie earlier today. She's on live.
Hey, how wonderful. And we're glad to have you. And so for Keisha, who are our new friend, and everyone else who's on the call perhaps for the first time, the topics are designed by participants. So if you have questions, if you have something that you want to know about, if something comes up in Spirit Moves to talk about a specific thing, I do. This has been a crazy week for me, so I don't have a topic tonight unless you choose one. So who was it that asked if we had a topic?
Esme.
Okay, Esme, give us the topic and we'll talk about that.
There we go.
We're open to questions and topics. Yes, dear.
To also talk about, because it's been coming up a lot, is the energy that's coming through the planet and the tiredness, or some of the, I want to talk about that because, like, even yesterday I had to take a nap and I don't usually take naps.
Well, when we talk about the energy coming to the planet, it makes it sound like this is the only time. I started my spiritual journey back over 30 years ago, and we've had a continuous upgrading energy since that time. So we'll get through June and all the magic of June, because we have an eclipse, we have a solar eclipse, we have the equinox, we have all these different things going on in June that makes the energy incredible. But as soon as June gets done, we're going to get July, and there's going to be even more energy. And so just get used to the energy being upgraded. We'll keep rolling it up. Now, what happens is when we have new energy coming in, how it affects you will be unique to you and what you're working with. The energy has to assimilate into your totality. So your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, all have to be in balance with this new energy. your physical body holds on to all of your unresolved emotional issues. So if you've got a whole lot of unresolved emotional issues, when this energy comes in, it tries to get you to move through those, bring resolution to those issues. So it'll stimulate a lot of emotional havoc in your life. And you'll go, why am I feeling this way? I want to rip somebody's face off. Well, because somewhere you have some unresolved anger. And you can always tell where the issues are based on where in your body you feel the most experience. Stacy's body has had some headaches, has some what she's calling ocular headaches. And so that should tell her she's not seeing clearly, that the energy is doing its best to stir these things up so she has a chance to get in balance with them again. And so whatever is coming up, pay attention to it. Now, when your metabolism speeds up, it also affects everything. So for some people, when this energy stirs everything up, in order to integrate the energy, because it comes in, stirs things up, sort of like a tumbler, and then you have to integrate it into totality, then how you integrate it will be unique again to you. So some people sleep a lot. And when they're sleeping, their physical body gives them the least amount of resistance, and they can move through this energy and process this energy much faster. So for some people, they're sleeping a lot more. For some people, it's the exact opposite. The energy gives them a lot of kinetic movement, and they can't sleep. So they're awake a lot more. They don't know why they can't sleep. And, again, I'm making fun that I shouldn't, but it's what I do. They whine, oh my God, I can't sleep. Well, if you can't sleep, get up and do something. It's not about just laying in bed and complaining about it. It's the way the universe is giving you extra time, but not sleeping is also part of the energy. Some people get very, very cold. And so they'll want to wear lots of coats and jackets and sweaters and wrap up in blankets because their body's chilled. Some people will get very, very hot and they are down to their bathing suit because they're sweating and they're really hot. So however your body processes is right for you. It's not about one way to make it happen. It's about understanding and interpreting what your way is. I'm trying to think of an example. If you had 4 children, first of all, bless you, and each one of those children will be very different. How they process life, what upsets them, what makes them happy will be very unique to that child. As a parent, you have to learn to interpret that child first as a baby, when they cry, what their cries mean, how to read their signals until they get old enough to use words. And then it's learning how to interpret their words and their emotions and their other things. The same thing is with your body, your mind, your spirit. That's your most intimate family, and bringing harmony to your body, mind, and spirit is extremely important. Learning how to tune in. I hear people saying, oh, they're empathic and they're very sensitive and they feel everybody else's stuff. Well, unfortunately, those same empaths often don't pay much attention to their own body, their own emotions, their own experience, their own lessons. They just are tuned out there rather than what's going on inside them. So the most important thing you can do is to really learn how to read and process your own feelings and experiences. And it's very easy. You just ask that part of you that knows. Everything we're going through is remembering, reassembling, recreating. And so there's always a part of you that knows exactly what's going on. And so tuning into that part is extremely important.
I love that. 2 things. One is Gosha said that she totally get the headaches, and that Friday she got hit hard with energies along with massive pixels in my sight, which could come together as beautiful color shiny triangles, which is fascinating to say that, because I think that's kind of, they call it an ocular migraine, I believe. terms, but it does come up. I kind of put it, it's like, it feels like little dimensional frequencies coming in, but it's a multi-prismy colors, and it's like fractionating through, but it also like blurs your vision. It's really kind of wild. But
Right, let me add one thing to that too. As if you've read my book, Interdimensional Communication: The Art and Science of Talking to Ghosts, Spirits, Angels, and Other Dead People, we're all connected to the divine. We're all connected to that energy source. It has to happen. Nobody can be alive in the physical without being connected. For most of us, that energy communication center is right below our occipital lobe in the back of our head. So as energy comes in, that like sort of like clears your radio frequency, it will also activate and alter your occipital lobe, and it will actually grow. If I could feel me, I've got big knots back there, and you will feel that sensation. I mean, if you find yourself being drawn to just rubbing your head, it's because that's being stretched and activated. And it needs to be in order to clear the way for clear communication. For those people who know me well, know that I've been talking to dead people for 30 years. And everybody can and does, but not everybody recognizes it. So as your communication center gets clearer, then you begin to recognize when information is coming to you, not just through you.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, and what was that? What would you call it? Something node or the occipital or whatever you say?
Well, my tongue gets all wrapped around when I say it. Your occipital lobe is the back of your head. And I've had people go, your eyes are just, fluctuating, so there's times the energies are coming in there that my eyes just do this. I can't see it. I can't feel it, but people go, what's going on with your eyes? And have very strange reaction to it.
it happens a lot when we're in Egypt. That's
When what?
we're in Egypt. Her eyes are just
okay.
And it's something you can't fake. And when I'm teaching the class on interdimensional communication, it's one of the things I tell people to look for in the other person. Their eyes will get glassy because the energy is impacting their occipital lobe. And someone may be able to say it clearer than I can. And so their eyes will get glassy and like that pre-teary look. And then also, if you've ever seen someone in REM sleep when your eyes are closed and the eyes are jotting around underneath the eyelid, well, it'll do that as well when you're plugging into spirit. And you can't fake that. Unfortunately, people doubt themselves and go, oh, what if this is just my imagination? Well, you couldn't do that in your imagination. It's just impossible.
Right.
So just
Make
trust that it's bigger than you. Yeah. Well, not without chemical alterations, at least. And so it's another validation for people.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
If you got glassy eyes and it's not coming from spirit, then look at some other source. But as the energy increases, we get more and more plugged in, and that all those things are part of that process.
Oh, that's so cool. I can't wait. Is that what?
She said that she's been asking for connection, so there are no accidents.
Who, me?
Okay, so
what kind of connection is she asking for? Connection with what and who and where and why?
Into spirit communication. That was when I read it, that's what I got. So she didn't actually physically say that. That's just what I picked up on. So I'm going to let her answer that since you're asking. That's a good point. But for me, it was just spirit, like source. Okay, so Esme said she really loved when you talked about what is it? The day you ask 3 question challenge our thoughts. And so I didn't remember, and she takes notes. I know that she takes notes. So she was saying that what 3 things do you want in your life? What 3 things do you need to release? And then what 3 qualities do you want in a best friend? So that was her preference. And Oh, okay. The video was on pause for some reason. So I'm going to re-ask Soulful Intimacy or Gosha. What exactly were you calling in for connection? I read it and I got the connection for spirit or like the source.
I'm
I'll ask.
I want to interject something, Stacy. Because it's very important that you verbalize or you identify what connection you're asking for. A lot of people do a Ouija board to get a connection, and then they're not happy with the connection they're making. You have to be very specific when you're asking the universe or asking God or asking the angels or whatever for help or for support. Not only do you have to trust it and believe you're going to get it, but you have to be specific, because asking for connection, I mean, there's a whole lot of dead people that are happy to connect with you that you don't want to be your best friend. Just because you're dead doesn't make you nice, smart, kind, compassionate, helpful. You may have had a busybody neighbor who's dead who would love to connect with you, but that's not going to help you. So make sure that you're always asking specifically. Yes, Stacy.
Yes, I do that.
We're frozen, and so I don't know if they're hearing anything. So I
No,
just
it
wanted to
wasn't frozen.
pause and ask if you see us and hear us, because Mayfer, who's in not Costa Rica, but Venezuela, they're saying we're on pause. Okay, no, I think we're here. They can hear us. I always ask for light and connection with the saints and spirits and source. I always identify, she said. Yes, we're okay.
Okay.
That's very important. And as I've been playing with this for a zillion years, I'll get to you in a second, Josie. I have never asked to talk to a specific dead person because they can be very busy. So I will ask about someone, and oftentimes they'll come through, but I don't specifically ask to talk to that specific person because it may or may not be convenient for them. Josie, what would
Well,
you like to ask?
I wanted to add that I also have been asking for connection to spirit, the angels. You know, I tell them, I'll take this, and you can't give me that, give me this, you know, but I said, just, you know, I don't want to say all because that might be too much, but then again, I'm so powerful and magnificent that I could handle it. That's a lot though. But anyway, yeah, I just want to say that I say the same thing, been asking for connection to spirit or angels, or I haven't said dead people, but I'm open to that too. Because isn't that more like called a medium?
There's so many now. It depends. If let's say if I want to give you a message and some dead person is talking to me to tell you something, then I am the medium. I'm the go-between. But if I'm just talking to a dead person, it's just a direct communication.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you that I call it just dead people because it demystifies them. We have people who are channelers, and I use that with air quotes.
Yeah.
And it's like, because some channeler is saying, you know, sell your house and move to Tahiti, everybody goes, oh, I got to sell my house and move to Tahiti. You can't,
Right.
just because it's dead, and dead means no body, no brain waves, no pulse, you know. So anybody who's disembodied is a dead person. They don't have a physical body. They're not live as medical science defines life. And so even though you may be getting information from spirit or from some dead person, you always want to filter it through your own truth center and see if that feels right for you. Because there's lots of information coming through now for people that doesn't sound healthy or meaningful through my filter. So it's just really important that people pay attention to that. And by just calling them dead, it kind of takes the mysticism away. You know, it's like, oh, I'm talking to spirit, or I'm a medium. okay, you're talking to dead people. So what, where do we go from here? What's the content of the message? And so you always want to make sure, please, now more than ever, because we're getting so much misinformation. Every corrupted politician is going to die at some point in time. And when you die, you don't suddenly take on this holier than thou presentation. You've got pretty much the same mind, the same spiritual essence. And if you've got issues in physical world, good chance you're going to have this
Okay.
issues in spiritual world.
Great.
Harder
Yeah.
to deal with physical form. So all the time.
And I don't hear anything you're saying.
I can't hear either one of you.
Praise and retrograde.
There I hear Stacy, but Mom is frozen with the not so nice look. She's really thinking about it.
I'm getting on if you want to unmute and say.
Come on, Mom. I can't. Yeah. You guys are still frozen. Mom is still frozen. Okay. I'm one away.
All right. Mercury retrograde. Okay.
Like to go and say that.
Frozen, Mom. So I have no idea what you were saying or not saying, but I'm glad you're back. Welcome, welcome. And I was saying welcome, Mayfair, to getting on Zoom. Okay. Mom, you want to repeat what you just said?
I have no idea what I said. I don't know where I started being frozen, and give me a cue. Okay, Josie has a startup. Okay.
Yes, you were talking about your when you're dead, if you don't, clear out the stuff when you're alive, you're going to probably have those same problems when you're dead. You remember any of that?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I was paying attention. Yes, the issues go with you. They don't go away. You have to, and they're actually.
I love the laughter.
Okay.
Issues go with you. Uh-oh.
She's trying to be funny now because she's doing all kinds of.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I like it.
If it's not coming through, I'll do it spiritually. You're all getting the message spiritually.
All right.
Yeah. How'd that feel?
Feels good.
Oh, what a hoot.
Do it more.
But it is, deal with your stuff when you're alive as soon as you recognize your stuff, because it's much easier when you're alive physically than after you move into spirit life. Believe it or not, it's easy to deal with stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? And since if you're new, Kyosha, you can ask any kind of questions on topic, off topic. Mom loves being able to interaction, and
there is no off topic.
Well, the political stuff we do on the political call because we can't talk freely.
So if you do want to connect to somebody in the spirit world like that's dead, what do you do? Say, whenever you get time, can you maybe talk to me? Or, how would you go about, because you don't want to interfere with.
Okay, I can give you my techniques.
Okay.
You can figure out your own. But time is not a consistent factor. So when
Right.
just like I tell people when I'm doing a private session with them, tell the universe what you want. Get the universe prepared. So when I tap in, they're ready with the information to download with me. And I would say the same thing. So let's say Uncle Melvin. I want to learn about Uncle Melvin. I want to talk to or about Uncle Melvin. So I might do a meditation, 10, 15 minutes before I'm going to do my listening time. And it really is listening. There we're always plugged in, but we don't always hear what's being said. We don't always pay attention to it. So I would, tell the universe that I want to talk to or about Uncle Melvin. And then as I plug in, again, prayer, protection, guidance, and truth. Those are my standard. It's like my all-purpose screen door that keeps me safe when I'm plugging in. So I would put up that filter, and then I would just sit and think about Uncle Melvin. And what I've experienced is I will feel that energy come in. Now, if I'm doing a session with someone else or for someone else, they're thinking about Uncle Melvin, and I'm tapping in to Uncle Melvin through them. But I will always feel that shift of energy. Just like when you go to center, there's that ever so slight shift of energy. So that tells me either someone is there to talk about Uncle Melvin or Uncle Melvin is there. And so then I will usually talk about what I'm experiencing, that I'm seeing, and each time it is perceived a different way. Sometimes it's voices, sometimes it's smells, sometimes it's visions. I'm seeing this old woman with an apron, and she's got a big old pot in her hand. She's stirring something. She's wearing a scarf. Does that ring any bells? And they'll say, oh yeah, that was Uncle Melvin's mother. Okay, so she's going to tell me about Uncle Melvin. And so it's just being open. I don't try to direct or demand this is the way it's going to be. I just open myself to perceive how it is from the spirit world. And then if there's something specific that they want to learn about Uncle Melvin, or they want to find out from Uncle Melvin, then they ask those questions, or I ask those questions, and we get the information we want. But it really is about tapping in. And why do you want to tap in? What's the point of tapping into Uncle Melvin? Do you want information? Do you want guidance? Do you want, the secrets of the universe? You have a purpose. No one likes to waste their time with small talk. So, what's the point? Go ahead, Josie, take it away.
Okay. Well, I had went to a Reiki massage, and that lady was able to, I don't know if it was where she was located or whatever, but she was able to pull in, dead people and give you messages from them. Like a bunch of my family popped in. But before I went for that, I did what you said. I talked to my father, and said, and then my family, I'm like, you guys better all show up because I'm going for this on this date. So right before I went in there, I'm like, okay, I hope you're here, because I've been talking about this. And I went in there, and every one of them came through. It was amazing. But it was predestined, or, I put it out there, like you said, and I didn't even realize it. But
you also threatened them.
Yeah.
And you also threaten them. You guys better show up.
Well, I guess it worked.
I don't know what in my family of obstinate, past aggressive people, they'd going, yeah, make me. And nobody would show up. But that approach could work with your family. So
yeah, I guess, well, I might have probably did it in a loving
again.
But yeah, that's funny. Okay, we're frozen.
So far, it's not working so well. We're getting a lot of bolts because you're.
Wow, Mercury.
Stop saying it.
Maybe this means we end early. This is just kind of amusing.
Okay, got Stacy back for a second.
Now
I got
Mercury's
kicked
in
off again. I'm back.
retrograde or what?
There you go.
Mom, are you there?
I hear you.
Okay. Not
I
sure what's
am.
going on.
I don't
I
know.
kind of feel like maybe it's time we just close early tonight because
Stop talking about that other thing and maybe it'll work.
We'll see if
everything
there's
is
any questions and then we'll close off. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Esme was asking about if you had more questions like the other ones that really help make you think. Yeah, the internet is very challenging at the moment. So
So what was she saying?
I personally feel we should just come back next week, but
Okay.
I don't
And
know.
tell Ismay then the questions, ask herself the challenging questions. Because if she's asking questions, it will be create the
You're
questions she
frozen,
needs to me to
but I
remember.
think she's
What does my
asking
soul
for
want
more
me to know?
Okay.
What does my soul want me to know? Okay.
You're freezing, sweetie.
You froze, so I don't really know what you said for all of that. But I think she was asking for more style of questions like that.
And
Everybody's frozen. It's sort of amusing.
I hope I'm getting some good headshots like you guys are. They're quite beautiful.
I think it's time.
Yeah, that's a good one though. I want to yeah, let's do that next time. The question she had.
It's frozen, and we can't.
with the 4G and 5G energy, it's also messing things up faster.
Yeah.
I missed the beginning part of what you said, Mom.
Well, it wasn't meant for you then, apparently.
Okay.
Everything is divinely perfect.
Yeah.
Everything is divinely perfect. There are no accidents. Everything is perfect. And if it's challenging, it's because it's meant to stretch you. When you're challenged, that's when you grow. When the universe rattles your cage, what emotions are you showing? That's what you needed to recognize. Either to heal and balance or to choose a more godly perspective.
And I thank you for that, Heather. You're wonderful. I do have one thing to say, that the angels are wanting us to remember before we go to sleep to call them in, because they at night, before we go to sleep, because right now they're assisting us they're working on our light bodies. Yes.
Only if you're asking them to. They can't do anything if you don't ask them to.
Oh, well, I thought
so.
Okay, because they said they're repairing. Repair.
If you're asking for help, you don't have to name the angels, but if you're asking for help in restoring your body, balancing your body, whatever medical issues you're confronted with, if you're asking for help on a spiritual plane, then the angels can be assisting you, but it's forbidden. No one can interfere with your free will, so you have to ask in order to get this additional support.
Okay. So yeah, the way I took it was that they're doing it, and we're just sleeping away.
Well, and if you're asking for help, yes, they probably are. And
Yeah,
I do recommend that everybody ask the angels to help for help, because why
Right.
we don't need to work so hard if we just get more help. So
Really?
anyway, I'm in the easy brand of spiritual growth. So thank you, all of you friends who joined us online for the call. And sorry, the internet didn't play very nice tonight. Stacy, is there
It's
anything
been
you want to
fun.
add as we wrap up?
I find I feel like even though the internet's been off, it's sort of been a laughter, eventful, like kind of surprising, not normal evening. But I also think it's just perfect because it's unique in its very unique way.
It is what it is.
Yes. Yes.
And I am what I am.
Thanks for joining in.
Yes, it was
I always
fun.
love our friends from around the world. And so it's always nice to connect to our tribe, wherever you are on the planet. We know you, we love you, we see you, and thank you for being
So-
who you are. And we got this together.
Yep.
Babe.
We'll do Sunday nights as our politics and spiritual conversation. And on Thursdays, it's our spiritual conversation. And we want the angels to take care of our internet connection.
Yes.
Yes.
So we
And
can
I love
all
that Esme said,
think of
life is a comedy. And I was like, yes. And it's how we choose to look at life. And we choose to make it a comedy. And comedies, in my opinion, are much more enjoyable.
definitely.
But I feel for me, it's more of a dramedy. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, it is. It's, but
Thank
we're in this
you.
together.
It was some
Loads
fun.
of love.
Yes.
You can always watch
Bye.
the replay on YouTube or my Instagram, hopefully, if it works. All right.
I'm not. Okay, love you. Bye.